Chapter 2 Safety Management for Science Laboratory. Lab safety begins before you go to the lab. Safety Management. Standing Committee on Laboratory Safety. Subject Panel Meetings. Laboratory Rules. Safety with Experiments. Laboratory Safety Inspections. Laboratory Safety Information and Resources. Using a science laboratory for the purpose of teaching non-science lessons. Safety management. In order to ensure that safety measures adopted in secondary schools are properly implemented and any emergencies occurring in science laboratories are dealt with in an effective and efficient manner, every school should have an effective safety management system in place. Safety management. Standing Committee on Laboratory Safety to monitor the standard of laboratory safety, to draw up and implement an emergency plan, including emergency measures, evacuation, procedures, and escape routes, to conduct inspections and evacuation drills regularly in schools. Standing Committee on Laboratory Safety. Guidelines on setting up a standing committee on laboratory safety are by no means prescriptive and exhaustive. It is the responsibility of each school to formulate proper safety and emergency management measures. Standing Committee with other related safety management group. 1. Safety Management Committee. 2. Fire Drill Group. Standing Committee on Laboratory Safety. The Standing Committee on Laboratory Safety should be headed by a laboratory safety coordinator chosen from among the science teachers or laboratory technicians. The duties of the Standing Committee are as follows. Convene regularly to discuss various issues related to the laboratory safety. Plan and conduct laboratory safety training programs regularly for school staff and students. Ensure implementation of risk assessments for science experiments. Carry out safety inspections regularly on the storage of chemicals, maintenance of firefighting equipment, personal protective equipment, first aid boxes, fume, cupboards, laboratory ventilation, etc., and rectify any irregularities spotted. The duties of the Standing Committee are as follows. Formulate, implement, and revise the emergency plan for dealing with emergency cases and dealing with students with special education needs. Conduct evacuation drills regularly. Formulate and implement different tailor-made plans for students with special education needs for dealing with emergency cases. Accident records on incident records should be properly kept and made available for inspection when required. Subject panel meetings. Science panel chairpersons should arrange at least one of the panel meetings each school year to discuss matters regarding laboratory safety, review of risk assessments of science experiments. Effective measures should be adopted to ensure all panel members provide adequate safety instructions and equipment to students so that learning and teaching are conducted in a safe environment. Laboratory rules. To enhance laboratory safety, each school should formulate its own laboratory rules for compliance by science teachers, laboratory staff, and students. The rules should be displayed conspicuously in laboratories and may be disseminated by other means such as student handbook, parent circulars, handout, etc. Lessons on laboratory safety. All science teachers should spare at least one lesson at the beginning of the school year for each class to teach the general aspects of laboratory safety, to promote safety awareness, to understand safe practice as well as the general emergency measures, to understand evacuation procedures. Safety with experiments. Teachers should ensure the safety of all practical activities and must be thorough in preparation. Make certain the risk assessment. Evaluate the potential hazards in experiments to ensure appropriate control measures have been taken. Any demonstrations or student experiments that are newly conducted should be tried out before they are performed in class to avoid any unpredictable mishaps. Safety with experiments. Before each experiment, teachers should give clear instructions. Remind them of the potential hazards, safety precautions to take, and proper ways to dispose of chemical waste. Teachers should note the health condition of students so that precautions can be taken when appropriate. Teachers should also give sufficient supervision and guidance to students during experiments. Laboratory safety inspections. Each laboratory should be regularly inspected to ensure that all safety measures are in place. To facilitate regular and thorough safety inspections, it is desirable to compile a checklist detailing items which must be checked on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Using a science laboratory for the purpose of teaching non-science lessons. If a science laboratory is to be used as a classroom for teaching non-science lessons due to floating class arrangements, the teacher involved should note the following. Clear laboratory safety rules should be given to students. Students are not allowed to enter the laboratory unless the teacher is present, and students are not allowed to tamper with or remove any of the articles in the laboratory. Laboratory safety information and resources. Schools should formulate and adopt effective measures for handling information and resources on laboratory safety. All safety information and resources should be circulated among relevant teachers and laboratory technicians. It is advisable to set up a safety corner for keeping all the safety informations. Material safety data sheets. These materials should be kept in a specified place for easy access of science teachers and laboratory technicians. The contents should also be regularly updated. Remember, safety first. Thank you.